Hi guys, and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Ruka.
And Big Boy Sam here, bringing you another episode of Burning Kabaddi.
Before we even get into this, I want to know, why does every single guy and their mother know where Yoigashi lives? Why does every single Tom, Dick and Harry know where this dude lives?
What are you talking about? Mothers for? No girls are coming to his yard, fam.
That is true. This is too much. If this many people knew where I lived, I'd need to be changing my residence.
Let's be honest, no one knows what you look like, so no one's gonna know where you live, fam.
Okay, we've got the soccer coach slash football.
There's no slash, it's football, fam.
The reason why I'm saying this is because last week I was like saying it's football, and then I saw an article where an English person apparently juked up some people because they said soccer instead of football, and I just didn't want to be lumped in with that crazy dude who went too far.
What did he do wrong?
So the soccer coach decided that because he couldn't get Yoigashi to join his team, that he was going to get the head teacher to convince him, and the head teacher agreed that because Yoigashi is supposed to be this great athlete, that he should that he should be playing football slash soccer.
Stop doing that. It's called what it's called.
Okay.
We made the sport. It's called football.
Okay.
All right, carry on.
Okay. Oh my days. Okay.
I'm
so soccer slash football. No, I'm joking.
Ruka.
Chill. Okay, so the head teacher agreed that because he's such a good footballer, he should play football, and so he went to go and convince Yoigashi that that's what he needs to be doing. However, when he got to the door,
yeah, what happened when he got to the door, Ruka?
Apparently, kabaddi practice sounds a lot like getting daggered. Just saying.
Is there no nicer way you could have said that? Wait. You turned kabaddi into bashment. What the hell?
Look, I didn't say it. So the head teacher decided that he would try and do this another time. Today was not the day.
I know what
they were busy. He did not want the visuals, and he decided not to go in. So they are creating this humor with sexuality, I guess, and also in the practices, the things that they're doing in practice and stuff like that.
What are they doing in practice?
No, they're not doing anything like in particular. It's just the way that it's framed is kind of like homoerotic.
It is funny as hell. I'm not gonna lie. It's very humorous, and it's actually a great watch. And it's not used in a way that is sort of derogatory or like offensive. I think you were saying this while we're watching it. Quite wholesome.
The anime is wholesome, but at the same time, I don't know if someone who is actually gay would be offended because it's being used in a jokey way. I don't even fully know everything that is offensive to others, and it's...
Oh no, that's easy. Everything. Okay, look, put it this way. Everyone is everyone, innit? So there's going to be some people who's offended by what we say. There's going to be some people who's not offended by what we say. There's going to be people offended by what you do and not offended by what you do. And it doesn't matter if they're gay, black, white, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Do you get what I mean? At the end of the day, I always look at offense from where does it come from. If it comes from a bad place, then it's obviously offensive. If it's not coming from a bad place, then it's not offensive. Can you watch the anime and tell me it's coming from a bad place?
It doesn't feel that way. It doesn't feel that way at all. It feels like it's just nice and humorous. Okay, let's move away from this.
You know what? Are we not even going to talk about what happened at the end when my guy was trying to do the thing with the team that... You know, with the soccer captain trying to get his people to...
Oh my gosh, he basically tried to pimp out his team, and it didn't seem like they knew exactly what the coach was telling them to do, because the coach just sized them up and said, oh, you know, you guys are tall, maybe Yoigashi will be into that. Go ahead. And then he saw him with Azamichi, and he was like, oh, that's his type. So I guess he's going to go find a team member that matches that description.
What footballer was short and bold, fam? Like, they're referees.
I mean,
I'm joking.
That's rude.
I'm joking. Sort of.
Okay, so with the practice, what I actually really appreciate is the constant strategizing that each player is doing.
Yeah.
And the fact that the other players on the other side are trying to see through their strategy whilst developing their own and constantly changing their strategies. So it's really, really fluid. And what it makes me feel is that because they're learning each other so well, because they're learning how each other think through this practice, they're learning to adapt and change. It's actually making their team really, really strong together. Because if you know how each other think and how each other will move, that's going to make it so much better when they're actually in a competition situation where they're against another team.
I agree with you. You know what? I was going to say to a certain extent, but it's wrong. I fully agree with what you're saying. And it's another aspect of this anime that I really like. I don't know if you've watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever?
No.
Hold Tight Eds, our competition winner, the guy who won it last time, he suggested that we do Yu-Gi-Oh! We haven't done it yet, but eventually we will.
Isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! Too far gone to actually start watching? Like, I know Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been around for a really long time, and I'm not about to watch episode 1 out of 1,040 episodes, okay?
Oh, it's not got 900 episodes, and so it's not One Piece, it's fine. So, no, okay, all jokes aside, it's like watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Or watching Beyblade or Digimon or Pokemon, like them kind of old school anime there, where you couldn't just win based on strength alone. You had to think about it and use your strategy and whatever. And I really, really like that about this anime. It brings old school vibes with intelligence vibes. And like, obviously, our audience is pretty smart. So I'm guessing they appreciate this anime for what it is as well.
I like the flashbacks that we are seeing of Yogashi's past because it is showing us a different side to him. So in episode 1, we saw that he felt like everybody was sort of on his back and people were talking about him behind his back and coaches were yelling at him. We did get a slight snippet into it when they showed us the article where it said that I think it was saying he doesn't play fair or something like that. Yogashi doesn't play fair.
Yeah.
Something to that effect. But now we saw a little bit more where we saw his old teammates being so upset with him and refusing to pass the ball to him because he runs ahead and they can't catch up with him. And I think that really shows us that Yogashi is a really poor sportsman. You have to work as a team. Football is a team sport. One person cannot win by themselves. You need the whole team.
Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, hold tight. Carry on.
Okay. You know, my opinion probably stands for nothing since last week I was saying how I don't watch sports and I don't watch anything and all that kind of stuff. I don't care! So, as I'm saying, I feel like it did show that he is a poor sportsman because he is trying to do the whole thing by himself without actually working together with his teammates. And I think that in this, he is actually learning some things. You can see that he still has the same standoffish attitude with his kabaddi teammates, but they're basically just forcing it. They do not care. They're going to show up at his yard. They're going to drag him off. They're going to jump on top of Mans. They're going to meet him outside his classroom.
Stop. Stop. You know what you're doing here. You know what you're saying, fam. Stop it.
But where did I lie? Where did I lie? Okay. So this team is so strong together and it seems like they resonate with Yogashi. They know that he is putting up this wall. He seems as if, although he was a poor sportsman, it wasn't his intent to be a poor team member. He actually wanted to connect with others, but he was rejected. And it seems like now that he's in this other situation, he is putting up walls immediately to protect himself so that he doesn't get hurt and he doesn't get rejected. He's going to do the rejecting first. And that's why he's so quick to reject everybody else. But this team is not going to give up on him. And you can see him starting to warm up to the team as well. We saw that when they were buying shoes together and the basketball kids were laughing at Azamichi, and he, instead of stick up for him, basically decided he was just going to humiliate these two dudes by showing at how great Azamichi is. Even though he's calling him stupid the whole time, he clearly respects the guy, he learns things from him, and I really, 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 really love this relationship. They're like brothers, they're really like siblings already, they're fighting all the time. I quite like these relationships that I see in anime where you've got two characters that are really like going head to head, but really you can tell they absolutely love each other. It's not love yet because they only just met, but I can definitely see it getting there.
Okay, look, I want to further break down what you said because, like, you had some good points, but I don't really like the fact that you called him a poor sportsman.
Okay.
He was an amazing sportsman. He was a crappy team member. I agree with that.
I would say he was a great athlete, but a poor sportsman.
So, he was an amazing sportsman, but a crappy team member. Like I said what I said. However, I can get where you're going with it, so I'm not mad at you too much. I just think that your thoughts are misplaced. The issue is simple. Our community, the weebs out there, the otakus, even the pentai people, and the other branches, the cosplayers, the other branches of blurs, nerds.
Are you gonna list every single like subculture? Please get to your point.
Okay, our people are normally on the fringes, and our people have always put up different defenses against the rest of the mainstream. I mean, like, growing up, you watch anime, aren't they Japanese cartoons? You're too old to be watching cartoons, all of that stuff. I used to get that all the time. And I'm guessing some of you guys get it too. So I'm just saying, like, the kabaddi team is like an allegory for us as a community. Look at them. They're all on the fringe of the sports team. They don't get as big a budget. They don't have as many members. They don't have as many opportunities that the basketball team has, the soccer team has. Look.
Soccer.
Get out.
You said it. I'm
getting out. Look, they don't have as much money and as much resources. Why? Because they're seen as a joke. Even Yogoishi said it himself. They're a meme. Kabaddi. I've seen all the memes on the internet. However, look at each and every individual member. Ira, his defense mechanism is knowing as much as possible of as much things as possible. Look how much he got them basketball guys to quickly become polite. Date, he's very strong because he's diligent in his approach to just being a musclehead. Mizumi, I'm guessing the story is going to come out, but I'm looking at him like someone who's very into his looks, like very particular about it. Look at Azamichi Soma, which I still think is a badass name.
You just like the Soma.
Well, yeah, food wars, innit? I'm a bit hungry, innit? So, look at him. He's strong. He's always he's ready to go. And he reminds me of Asta Naruto, them kind of guys. Like, he gives me good vibes that way. And then look at Yogoishi. He's very, very diligent. Even though he didn't want to be part of the team, he didn't want to do anything, he comes to every practice, he works hard on trying to be better, and he's a sore loser. They're all the fringes of the school sort of thing, and the fringe can also be up top, not just down below, innit? And it makes sense that the way that them lot are coming together, I see parallels in real life. I like the way that the anime community comes together sometimes, and I like the way that these guys are coming together right now. And you're right, they're forming good bonds and they're teaching each other how to be strong together and not just by themselves. So as I said, some of the things you said, bang on, but he's a good sportsman, innit?
I would agree with almost everything that you said. Apart from Ida, I do not think that his actions are because it's a defense mechanism. It just seems like it's part of his personality. He likes to research, he likes to know all things about all people, and he also likes to be able to use that against people.
Oh, the super weed.
And I love the way that when Yogashi was strategizing, Ida almost figured out everything that he was doing. And in his little aside, he was like, the reason why I know what you're about to do is because you think in a twisted way, and I think that way too. Ira is very in tune to who he is as a person. He does not mind who he is as a person. He leans right into it, and that makes me like his character even more. He knows who he is, and he's not afraid for everybody to know who he is either.
He is my favorite character so far.
He is really interesting, and I also like how this anime is slowly letting us get to know things about each of the characters. We know a little bit more about Azamichi now, we know a little bit more about Yoigachi, and we're starting to know a little bit more about Ira, but not too much. So I think that in the subsequent episodes, we're going to start to get to know more about Mizumi and Date, and also the captain, whose name I actually can't remember right now because he has only been featured very slightly in the anime in episode 1 on the tail end.
Yeah, let's be honest, Azamichi's got a pen girlfriend, innit?
I love the way they started fighting
And
about that. It was
the way
so
my guy was
great.
like, nah, fam, you can't do it on behalf of men. I'm down. Wait, what?
And everyone was like, how is that? Like, what are you talking about?
I'm gonna ask you to do that, fam.
And
You
then
know what I
he
mean?
started saying, I'm a better candidate, as if only the men get to decide who the woman's with. Like, he's so out of whack, but it was hilarious.
Like, okay, I know this anime is male dominated, so I'm assuming that it's gonna be a little bit tone deaf to the female audience slightly.
Most anime do tend to go on that side.
But as I was gonna say, since most anime do that, it's actually quite funny that you're here bending up laughing. Like, literally, if you watch this, it's hilarious. You're here bending up laughing.
I'm not laughing that much. Chill out. It's not that funny.
Bending over, laughing, slapping your knee, having a hell of a time.
Come on.
It's just a wholesome anime. I like it so far, and I can't wait to see the next episode, to be honest.
We will be back next Friday with another one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Peace.